The universe, in its silent, immeasurable expanse, has a way of humbling us, of reminding us of our infinitesimal place within its grand tapestry. We gaze at the stars, tracing constellations that have guided mariners and inspired dreamers for millennia, and we feel a profound connection to something far greater than ourselves. This connection, however, can sometimes be a double-edged sword. For in our quest to understand the cosmos and our place within it, we often grapple with the internal landscapes of our own minds and spirits, seeking solace and meaning in the face of profound experiences that can leave us feeling fractured and adrift. It's a journey that demands not just intellectual curiosity, but also a deep wellspring of resilience, a capacity to confront not only the external universe but the often turbulent universe within. Many approach the spiritual path with a misconception, believing that unwavering faith is a shield against all adversity, a guarantee of an unblemished soul. They equate emotional scars or the lingering effects of significant hardship with a deficit in faith, a spiritual weakness that betrays a lack of divine favor. This perspective, though perhaps well-intentioned, casts a long shadow of stigma over those who have endured deep pain. It creates an unspoken pressure to project an image of constant spiritual fortitude, inadvertently isolating individuals who are, in reality, wrestling with the very real consequences of life's battles. The narrative that suffering diminishes one's spiritual standing is a corrosive one, silencing voices that need to be heard and healing that desperately needs to be found. It suggests that to be wounded is to be wanting, a cruel distortion of a truth that history and scripture alike reveal to be far more nuanced and, ultimately, far more compassionate. History is replete with figures who, despite their towering faith and significant contributions, bore the marks of profound inner struggle. These were not men who lived lives of effortless grace, untouched by the ravages of experience. Instead, they were individuals who faced trials that tested the very core of their being, leaving them with invisible wounds that shaped their journey and, paradoxically, amplified their capacity for empathy and divine connection. Their stories are not tales of invincibility, but rather testaments to the enduring power of spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. To overlook the human element, the inherent vulnerability that accompanies immense pressure, is to create an unattainable ideal that disconnects us from the very humanity that makes faith both relatable and profoundly potent. It's a reminder that the most powerful displays of spiritual strength often emerge from the deepest wells of human experience, from hearts that have known both profound love and profound pain. This understanding is not a departure from faith, but rather an essential component of its deepest, most authentic expression, acknowledging that the crucible of experience can forge a spirit of unparalleled resilience and divine intimacy. The profound weight of trauma can feel like an invisible anchor, dragging one down into a sea of overwhelming emotions and persistent physical responses. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, isn't merely a fleeting sadness or a momentary anxiety. It is a complex psychological and physiological condition that fundamentally alters how a person perceives threats, experiences emotions, and navigates the world. It manifests in a myriad of ways: intrusive memories that replay with vivid intensity, a constant state of hypervigilance akin to being perpetually on guard, avoidance of anything that triggers recollections of the traumatic event, and significant changes in mood and cognition. For instance, a person might find themselves easily startled by loud noises, experience nightmares that leave them drenched in sweat, or feel emotionally numb, disconnected from loved ones and activities they once cherished. Reflecting on my own encounters, the devastating events at Surrey Gardens Music Hall imprinted upon my being a visceral understanding of this condition. The sheer chaos, the abrupt descent from joyous celebration into stark terror, left an indelible mark. In the aftermath, I found myself grappling with a profound sense of vulnerability, a lingering apprehension that cast a shadow over everyday life. It was a stark personal revelation, an intimate confrontation with the reality that such experiences can leave deep, persistent imprints on the human psyche. This wasn't a matter of mere psychological discomfort, it was a tangible disturbance of well-being, a testament to the mind's intricate and sometimes overwhelming response to extreme duress. This first-hand immersion provided a sobering perspective on the very real battle waged by those who carry the invisible burden of such traumatic encounters. The sacred texts offer a powerful recalibration of our understanding of human frailty. Consider the Apostle Paul's profound declaration in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." This isn't a call to embrace weakness as an end in itself, but rather a revelation that our moments of deepest vulnerability are precisely where divine strength can most powerfully manifest. It reframes perceived shortcomings not as indictments of our faith, but as unique opportunities for God's grace to illuminate and transcend our limitations. It's a transformative perspective, shifting the focus from what we lack to what can be accomplished through us when we are stripped bare of our own perceived sufficiency. The path toward healing from such profound distress is multifaceted, demanding both inner fortitude and outward support. A crucial first step involves the courageous act of confession and prayer, engaging in these spiritual disciplines without the paralyzing fear of judgment or condemnation. This act of vulnerability, of laying bare one's struggles before the divine and trusted confidants, is foundational to dismantling the isolation that trauma often imposes. Furthermore, embracing both pastoral guidance and professional medical support is not an either/or proposition, but rather a synergistic approach. Pastors can offer spiritual solace and theological grounding, while medical professionals provide crucial therapeutic interventions that address the physiological and psychological manifestations of trauma. Another essential layer of restoration involves the deliberate act of internalizing and reciting biblical truths. When triggers arise, conjuring distressing memories or exacerbating anxiety, having a repository of God's promises and assurances readily available acts as a powerful counternarrative to the intrusive thoughts and overwhelming emotions. Scripture becomes a bulwark against the onslaught of past trauma. Moreover, engaging in acts of service toward others can be a profoundly restorative practice. By focusing outward, by extending compassion and practical help to those in need, individuals can begin to reclaim their sense of purpose and agency, moving from a place of victimhood toward active participation in the healing process, channeling their experiences into a force for positive impact and communal strengthening. Ultimately, the scars you carry, the deep fissures left by your battles, are not an indictment of your spiritual stature. They are not evidence of a faltering faith, but rather a testament to the immense courage and resilience you have demonstrated in navigating profound trials. Your trauma is not a disqualification from living a full and meaningful life, nor is it a barrier to experiencing God's presence. Instead, it is precisely in these places of deepest hurt and vulnerability that His grace is positioned to shine brightest, demonstrating its transformative power in the most unexpected and powerful ways. Your wound is not your worth. Reflecting on this journey thus far, we've traced the profound arc from the immeasurable reaches of the cosmos to the deeply personal landscapes of the human spirit. We have considered how the grandest narratives of existence often intersect with the most intimate experiences of resilience and recovery, acknowledging that the very fabric of our being is woven from threads of both starlight and struggle. As these various explorations converge, a subtle yet powerful understanding begins to emerge, one that reshapes our perception of inherent strength and the true nature of overcoming adversity. It's as if disparate constellations, once viewed in isolation, now begin to coalesce into a more discernible, breathtaking celestial pattern, revealing a deeper cosmic truth. The conceptual currents we've navigated, from the earliest moments of universal genesis to the intricate architecture of galaxies and the relentless march of cosmic time, all serve to contextualize a fundamental human reality, that our journey through existence is rarely a placid sail but often a determined navigation through complex currents. The scientific inquiry into the universe's origins and its enduring mysteries, when juxtaposed with the deeply personal narrative of navigating internal battles, underscores a remarkable congruence. It suggests that the forces shaping the vast expanse of space and time also resonate within the human heart, influencing our capacity for endurance and transformation in ways we are only beginning to fully comprehend. The universe, in its own unfolding, provides a profound metaphor for the inner work of healing and growth. As we pivot towards the final reflection, consider how these interwoven insights illuminate a singular, vital truth. The vastness we observe outside ourselves finds its echo within, in the depths of our own courage and our capacity for profound connection. The intricate interplay of cosmic forces, the delicate balance of creation and change, mirrors the internal processes that allow for healing and renewed strength. This convergence compels us to reevaluate what it truly means to be resilient, to understand that the most profound expressions of strength often arise not from an absence of challenge, but from the crucible of overcoming it. The journey from the immense to the intimate, from the observable universe to the inner workings of the soul, leads us to a singular, compelling understanding that awaits our contemplation. The universe, in its unfathomable silence and ceaseless motion, offers us not just a spectacle of cosmic grandeur, but a profound mirror to our own existence. We have journeyed from the initial spark of creation, through the intricate dance of galaxies and the enigmatic presence of dark matter, to the very core of our human experience, our vulnerabilities, our strengths, and our paths toward healing. This exploration, traversing the immeasurable vastness and the deeply personal, reveals a fundamental unity, that the grand cosmic drama and the quiet battles waged within the human spirit are not separate narratives, but interwoven threads in the same magnificent tapestry of being. The resilience we find etched in the ancient light of distant stars finds its parallel in the quiet fortitude of the human heart that endures and seeks solidity. The very concept that the universe, born from an explosion of unfathomable energy and governed by laws that stretch across eons, provides context for our internal landscapes is a powerful one. It suggests that the immense forces that sculpted nebulae and forged elements are also at play within us, shaping our capacity for growth, adaptation, and ultimately, for profound healing. The recognition that struggle is not a sign of spiritual failing, but rather an indelible mark of having engaged in the vital, often arduous, work of living, is a crucial insight. It reframes our understanding of courage not as the absence of fear or pain, but as the persistent, determined movement forward despite them. The universe doesn't offer a sterile perfection, it offers a dynamic, evolving reality, a concept that resonates deeply with the human journey of overcoming. This journey has illuminated that true strength is not found in a state of unblemished invincibility, but in the courageous embrace of our woundedness, understanding it not as a weakness to be hidden, but as a testament to our capacity to survive, to learn, and to love. The universe unfolds through processes of immense energy, transformation, and often, dissolution, only to be reborn in new forms. So too, our own lives, marked by trials, possess the inherent potential for profound renewal. The lessons learned in the quiet moments of struggle, the truths discovered in the echoes of deep pain, are not incidental to our growth, they are the very catalysts that forge a spirit of unparalleled depth and empathy. To hold this understanding is to recognize that the battles we have fought, seen and unseen, do not disqualify us. Instead, they are the very ground upon which divine grace can shine with unparalleled brilliance. Your experience, your journey through the crucible, is not a mark of diminishment, but a sacred space where resilience is forged and where a deeper connection to the universal flow of healing and strength can be realized. The universe itself, in its ongoing creation and transformation, invites us to approach our own lives with the same spirit of enduring curiosity and unwavering hope. The true practice begins now, to live with this expanded understanding, to carry the starlight within the awareness of our own battles, and to recognize the radiant potential that lies within every scar, every memory, and every courageous step forward.